morning, Shay. How you feeling this morning? Good morning, Mike. What's up, sir? How you doing? What's going on? What's going on, bro? Good. Good morning, Sister Ellett, Sister Steph. How are you? Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Alicia. Yes. A little bit longer. A couple more weeks. A couple more weeks. And the child is here. Devette, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. How are y'all doing this morning? We'll wait about another 30 seconds and let people come on if they want to come on this morning. Today is good. Glad you're doing well. And I appreciate, Steph, I really appreciate that writing, that poem. I don't know if it's a poem, but I appreciate just that level of transparency. That was powerful yesterday. Good morning, Rohan. Rohan Roy, good morning, sir. Yes, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I got this at a conference. It's a group, a worship group called Community Music. And I thought the logo was really tight, so I had to snatch the snap back up. So this is the good. This is good. So let's go ahead and get started. This week we've been really talking about change. This is a week of change. Good morning, Brother Terry Alexander. Good morning, sir. So this is a week of we talking about change this week. Change. So of course, whenever you're dealing with change, you're talking about a powerful thing is change. Anything that can cause change, because everything is changing around us. And Tuesday we talked about how change is inevitable. Change is always happening. There's external changes that we can't stop. We can't really do anything about that. We can't do anything about the seasons changing and those things. But then you have the other side of change that is intentional. And this is self-governing change. It's self-governing change. It's change that you are intentional about. And this is, our focus. This is the focus of where we are. Where we are today, where we are this week, really dealing with change. And so, I talked about act on Monday. On Tuesday, I talked about act. You acknowledge, then you have to acknowledge the need for change. And then conversion prep, where you have this conversion prep where you're prepping for conversion. You're prepping to convert. And that comes through exposure. And then the T was transitioning, right? You transition. And so, yesterday I talked about the 3 E's, right? The 3 E's. Good morning, everybody coming on. The 3 E's was enhance, embrace, and engage. Enhance your past. So your past experiences aren't to limit your possibilities. You don't allow your past experiences to limit your possibilities. Possibilities are not shaped by your past, right? So we already we're living in a mental mode where we're not allowing our experiences to build walls in our future, our experiences to build these walls and build our future. We're not allowing that to happen. So what do? We enhance the past. That means we raise the standard. We raise the bar. We raise the bar of our past experiences, our past behaviors. We raise the bar. We take it up higher. So you take it, it's like you take it as a know-how. You take it as a honorable thing where I have experience. Yes, it wasn't a good one, but guess what? I know what to do now. I know how to make the adjustments. I know how to make the shift. And then embrace. So you enhance your past, embrace where you are. And I made it like a bear hug. You embrace where you are. Unless you embrace where you are, you can't get to where you're going. You have to embrace where you are. and I use the GPS. I use the GPS. Good morning, everybody coming on. Good morning, AT. And so I use the GPS. The GPS will always embrace where you are. It will always make sure that you know where you are so that you can make the proper turns to get where you're going. And so while you're yet working for your destiny, you must embrace where you are so you know exactly, you have a good grip on where you are. You have a good grip on your location so that you can consistently be moving towards your destination. And then the last E yesterday was to engage your destiny, engage your future, engage it, like to absolutely make sure your future is that you're employed by your future. You work for your future, right? You work for your future. You're engaged with it. It's tangible. Like you're consistently engaged. It's like your GPS. It's consistently engaged with the destination. Whenever you plug in that address, no matter what wrong move you make, your GPS is engaged with the destination. It is committed. It is totally committed to the destination. It's not going to lose focus on where you're going. And so, and I said this, I put a quote out yesterday. We're all going to make mistakes, right? We're all going to make these, and those, in order for those to work for our destiny, we cannot allow detours to deter us. We must focus on the destination. Detours are not to deter you. And remember, I said it last week, I said it yesterday. The detour changes your route, but does not change your destination. And that's the beauty about living. That's the beauty about life. We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna fall. We're gonna make failures. We're gonna make mistakes and cause that will cause us to fail. But when we're not deterred, when you make up in your mind not to be deterred from your destination, then those mistakes actually work for you. They work for your destination. They enhance you because now you're learning more, you're growing more. And so today, so enhance your past, embrace your present, and engage your destiny. And today I want to talk about something that's so important after you've kind of realized those things. You've realized what you want, you realize what you need, and those things that you need in your life. Today is maintenance. I want to talk about maintaining. I want to talk about locking in positive change. Because it's not enough to change for a day. It's not enough to change for a couple of months. You know, here we are almost in the middle of the year, the beginning of the year. We talked, isn't it amazing how fast this year's gone by? But the beginning of the year, everybody has what? New Year's resolutions, right? Everybody has, they feel the sense of change. It's fresh because there's a new year. You're looking at the January 1. You're looking at 1/1 on your calendar, and you know you have a high sense of the need to change, the need to do something different. But historically, by the middle of February, just what, 6 weeks later, 6 weeks after you made up in your mind to change, then you started changing. 6 weeks later, we betray those resolutions. We betray those goals. We betray the plan. And so, but now here we are. And so what happens is it's change gets difficult. Change gets difficult. And the reason why I want to let y'all know, the reason why I'm looking at two different lenses, because I'm recording on two different platforms. I just started doing live stream on YouTube as well as Facebook. So I want you guys to know my YouTube channel, I've been really trying to do higher maintenance on my YouTube channel. It's called Tyrone Roberson's channel because a lot of people that I talk to, they're like, man, I don't have Facebook, but I have YouTube. Do you have it on YouTube? And so I'm like, okay, I'll start doing this. And long story short, it's easier for me to have the videos on the YouTube page when I can live stream both. So I have to kind of make eye contact with both of the screens, both of you guys. So really quickly, so today, we're talking about maintenance, maintaining. Now, maintenance is one of the most underrated vehicles in life. A maintenance vehicle is one of the most underrated vehicles in your life, and it's one of the most powerful vehicles in your life. We're talking about a vehicle that locks in your growth. Oh, what a powerful thing. Anything that can lock in change, anything that can lock in growth, that is such an important vehicle. It's such an important vehicle. So a maintenance vehicle, it helps keep you on the road, right? and it helps you keep moving forward in the direction of your destiny. So maintaining, it keeps you in line, it keeps you on the road, and then it keeps you moving forward. So maintenance is crucial. Maintaining is crucial. Maintaining change, maintaining growth, it is crucial because change must be locked in. It must be locked in. We can't be like most of people who make these resolutions, and then once the going gets tough, then we just kind of forsake and we go back into whatever old habit it is. If I want to lose weight, if I want to stop doing anything, any type of addictive behavior, anything, I can start doing it. And then I let it go because, you know, you have my father used to always say, son, you got the Norman, you got the foreman, the Norman, and the storming. So everybody's excited at the formation of a thing, the new relationship, or you're seeing somebody new. It's the forming of it. We're all excited about that. Then you have the Norman, where you hit like this plateau, and now it's normal to you. And then you have the storming. The storm comes in, and now that storm is going to either lock you in or it's going to push you out. Right? What are you going to make your mind up? The storm will cause you to make your mind. That storm actually comes to make you stronger. And that's why many of you are here today. Many of you are the person you are today because of the storm. The storm, you bunkered down in that storm and you conquered something. You got through something. And then after the storm, now the sunshine can come. But the storm can knock some stuff out. It can knock electricity out, it can knock trees down. The storm can knock you out, but it also can make you stronger. It can stabilize you. And so maintaining, I have 3 keys today. 3 keys. Now, 3 keys that are going to help us lock in change. 3 keys. 3 keys. And these are psychological keys. You know, I like to really talk about the mind, because everything comes out of the mind. The mind, right? And so, as a man thinketh, so is he, right? As a man thinketh in his mind, so is he, so is she. So you become your thoughts, you become the quality of your mind is what going to control our behavior. So look at this word maintenance. Look at Webster. Webster says to keep in existence or continuance, to preserve, to retain. Like this, to keep in an appropriate condition, operation, or force. To keep unimpaired. So maintenance is crucial because it keeps things unimpaired. It keeps things in a good position, in a good condition. I'm sorry. It keeps things in the right condition. If you think about a maintenance man to any business organization, any building, he's probably he or she is probably the most underrated situation, underrated positions in the world. Because guess what they all have? They all have keys. A maintenance manager has keys to every room, keys to every building. It's underrated, right? When things happen, when things get dirty, who gets the call? Maintenance manager. Oh, we need to clean up. We got to clean up on aisle 3. Aisle 3, clean up on aisle 3. Why? Because you know this is what's going to keep things tidied up. It's what's going to keep things in order. It's going to keep things in a fresh condition, in a positive condition. It's going to preserve. It's going to keep things in existence. So maintenance is important. Now, think about change. Think about the change that you're going after in your life. Think about the changes that you've made in your life, the changes that you're making. It's important to lock that in, to maintain that, to keep that in existence, to keep it moving forward, to keep it moving in a direction that is positive, a direction that is being pulled by your destiny and your future. And so this was in a Psychology Today article I read. It's talking about a guy who wants to quit smoking. And so it went through the stages, but then look at the maintenance stage. It says this is the continuing abstinence from smoking. It's talking about maintenance. Not all the other things, not determining, not moving, not finding out what it is. Now we're talking about maintenance. Continuing to get to the gym every day. Continuing to control or intake of calories. Because initiating a new behavior usually seems like the hardest part of the process of change. We often fail to adequately prepare for the final phase, which is maintenance. Yet, without a doubt, maintaining a new behavior is the most challenging part of any behavior change. So maintenance is the most challenging part because why? Because what is change doing? Change is fighting your past. Change is fighting your past in favor of your destiny. Change fights against your past, but it works for your destiny. Change works for your destiny. It works for your future. It works for your future. It works for your possibilities. It works for your potential. Change is the biggest. Change is the CEO of your potential. Change is the CEO of your potential. It is the chief executive officer of your potential. Change is the CEO. It is the chief. It's the chief. It's the chief. So the chief is always fighting against old behaviors, right? The CEO always has to, if you think about a new CEO, he comes in to do what? He comes in to change. A CEO is only hired to change something, to make something better. But what does the CEO have to do? All you people who are managers and things like that, a CEO has to do what? Break down the behavior, the old behavior. That's the most challenging thing, to break down old traditions and old things that are phased out. You know, things that worked 10 years ago but don't work anymore. The CEO has come in to do that, and that's why your change is so crucial. He's so crucial because this change is working against all the old movements, the old mindsets, the old behaviors, and it is working for your destiny, and it is working hard. Change is working hard, right? You know it. It's one of the most challenging things is to change, because those old behaviors have become so locked in. They become so familiar and so coveted and so comfortable. Ooh-wee. But what is change? Change does not work for your comfort. Change works for your destiny. Change does not work for your comfort. It works for your destiny. And a lot of times, if we want to be just comfortable, if we're committed to being comfortable, then change cannot operate. Change cannot operate. We have to get uncomfortable. Remember, I talked about exposure. We have to get exposed to new ways, new methods, new perceptions, new perspectives. We have to get exposed. And those exposures are going to challenge those old mindsets. That new exposure is going to challenge those old concepts, which, see, old concepts become misconcepts, right? Old conceptions become misconceptions when change comes in. When you get exposed to something that's better, now what your conception is, it becomes a misconception, and now you got to miss it, right? Miss me with that, right? We say that, hey, miss me with all that. We have to tell those old conceptions, those old mindsets, miss me with that. Those are old. Those don't work anymore. Those don't work anymore. And so, it goes on to say that initiating change is one of the most difficult things. One of the reasons we often fail at maintenance is because we mistakenly believe the strategies we used to initiate the change will be equally as effective in helping us continue the change. So just because you can initiate a change does not mean that it doesn't solidify you maintaining that change. And so we must have principles. We must have principles and governing forces that lock in the change so that change can continue to move forward. And so it says we're changing a strongly entrenched habit requires changing our belief about that habit that penetrates deeply into our lives, continually manifesting that wisdom, and therefore that habit requires that we maintain a high life condition. If our mood is low, the wisdom to behave differently seems to disappear, and we go back to eating more and exercising less. Just talking about the man that stopped smoking. This isn't, of course, equally true for all behaviors, especially for addictive behaviors we've long ago abandoned. In high life condition, however, the changed belief will continue to manifest as action. When you're feeling good, getting yourself to exercise, for example, is easier because the belief that you should exercise remains powerfully stirred up and therefore motivating. The key then is to maintaining new behavior is to be happy. It says, which is why it's so hard to maintain new behaviors. So the key, it says to be happy. We want to be happy. So now I'm getting into my 3 keys. My 3 keys is kind of piggybacking off what this week has been, right? My 3 keys. Key number 1 is go from can to will. We want to go from can to will. We want to go from can to will. Now, these 3 keys reinforce one another. They reinforce one another. The 3 keys I have. They're in sequence, but they reinforce one another. They reinforce one another. So it's to go from can to will. Once you know you can do something, your mind must shift to I will. I will do it. You must first know you can. Those are the possibilities. Those are the abilities. I like it possibilities, but I like to say it's possibility. Like you have an ability and now it's possible. You see, you recognize an ability and you know it's possible for you to walk into that. So to go from can to will. Can psychology is this. Can is a major victory in the mind because there's an invisible boundary that you've broken down. And I got a shout out to Thomas. He talked about invisible and visible boundaries that we walk through in life. And I love that because the can psychology it's a powerful thing because can says I'm able to. It's a boundary that's been broken. Even though I haven't before, I haven't in a long time, I can. I'm able. It's possible. So can is powerful because this psychology says in the mind, I can do it. I have the power to do it. And so can, this is a Webster, it says to have the power or means to. See, it's important that you understand can. The can psychology says I have the power. I don't have to just accept life as usual. I can break past this. I can break past this. Nobody in my family graduated, went to college. Guess what? That has not limited me. They haven't done it, so I don't have anything to go by as far as what has been accomplished in my family. But can psychology says I will break past that boundary. It's an invisible boundary, but it's a real one. I can break past it. I can break past this thing. And so it says to have the right. I love this. Can psychology says I have the right and I have the qualifications. That means I have the ability to do so. That's important. That's important. And I love this. The last can definition says to have permission. To have permission. So it's the possibility. So the can knocks a wall down. Can psychology knocks a wall down. But just because you knock a wall down doesn't mean you're going to cross over. And that's the will part. I can and I will. So I go from can and then I go to I will. I transition from can to will. And will is crucial. Will psychology understands the possibilities and now moves into action that says, I am determined to do what I am able to do. I'm determined to do it. Not just I can do it. I'm determined to do it. It's an action. It's a will. It's a will. It's the determination. Will psychology, can psychology is I'm able. Will psychology is I will do it. I will accomplish it. I'm determined to do so. Look at this. This is the word will. The faculty of consciousness and especially of deliberation, of deliberate action. This is the deliberate action now. Once I see the can, that shows me what's possible. It puts it on the radar and then the can targets something. But the will, it attains it. It obtains that thing. You hunt it down. You hunt down your possibilities. The will psychology will hunt down the possibilities. So break the walls down. Get rid of the barriers. Get rid of all the barriers that have tried to come against you. And if you don't have barriers coming against you, you're not succeeding. You're not fulfilling your potential. There's always going to be barriers. There's always going to be barriers. There's always going to be barriers that say, what does it say? Road closed, right? Road closed. There's always going to be those road signs in our life that says, nope, you can't get through here. It be it invisible or physical, there's these barriers and we must break past those and be determined that I will do it. So look how important the will is. It says to make purpose. And see, a will, it says the purpose of determination. A purpose or determination, often hardy, a stubborn determination. Are you stubborn with your determinations? Are you stubborn with change? Are you stubborn with change? See, once you realize, I said this Tuesday, humility is required for success. Greatness requires humility. Greatness requires humility. That humility says, there's more I need. I need more knowledge. I need more coaching. I need more of something so that I can know how. And so a will is legally binding. A will is legally binding. If you think about a will in Last Testament, I've been working on mine for a couple of months. The will in Last Testament. It is legally binding. That means that it takes my thoughts, it takes my desires, and it puts it down into a determination document. It's a document of determination. This is what is determined to be. This property goes to this person. This goes to that person. Who's going to take care of my kid? These are things that are very important, but a will. So you go from can to will. You are determined. And so, oh, now I'm pressed for time. So now I'm going to key number 2. Key number 2 is going from could to should. Key number 1 was going from can to will. Key number 2 is going from could to should. Could is similar to can, but could is past tense to can. So now the could psychology says I could do this because you've already went into can. You already did it. You already did it, right? So now it's something that I could do. Now I'm going from could to should. Now I should do it. And should is a psychology crossover. Could psychology is a crossover psychology because should says I must now. So now, yeah, I could lose weight. I can lose weight. I could do it. So I know because I did it, I know I can, I know I could. Now I should. So should is backed by evidence. Should is powerful psychology because it's backed by evidence. It's backed by evidence. Why should I do it? Why? Because if I lose this weight, I'm going to be more healthy. I can run faster. I can do things more effectively. I'm more effective in my job. I'm more effective as a parent. I'm more effective as a leader. I'm more effective now because now that's what should. Should is backed by evidence. I noticed that when I eat healthy, I have more energy. Should. It's backed by evidence. So I should eat healthy. Not I could eat healthy. I should. So we want to transition from could to should. From could to should. And the synonym to should is must. And that's going to take us to our last key. And that is from may to must. From may to I must. I may to I must. Right? Because now the must is a crucial thing. So now we go from should, which shows, you take responsibility. Should is where you start taking responsibility. And then you go to must. Now, may is permission as well. That's why I said these three keys reinforce each other. May is a permission. May I, yes, it gives you permission. Yes, now that you have permission, now you need to go into must. I must do this thing. And must is a duty. Listen to this. To be obliged or bound. You're bound to something. It says by an imperative requirement. So now you've made it a requirement. When my father passed, now, of course, I knew I could be healthy. I knew I could lose weight. But I was 220 pounds. The day he passed, I was 220 pounds. But what happened was I saw the condition. I saw my father at a young age leave here. And people were trying to make it normal. Like, oh, it was his time. Oh, God called him home. And I utterly rejected that. I utterly reject that. Because I said, there's no way that a 52-year-old man, that it's his purpose to leave at 52. There's no way. And so he passed of a heart attack. So if I just accepted the fact that, 52, hey, that was his time. No, no. See, that refuses, it rejects possibilities. I said, listen, I'm not accepting this. And that's some of our problem is we accept stuff that we don't have to accept. We accept negative results as if it's a positive thing. No, if it's not positive, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. So I didn't accept it. And what I started doing was I said, okay, how did he die? He died of a heart attack. So I started studying heart disease. I started studying the causes of heart disease. And you know what happened? The things I started studying on, I realized I was doing. Not exercising, eating bad foods, not eating from the seed, not eating from the ground, not eating stuff that came out of the seed, stuff that came out of the earth. You're eating stuff that chemicals, that full of chemicals and full of all these bad things that clog up your arteries. And so I went on a quest And I for 2 days, I just researched heart disease and the causes. And then I started just knocking stuff out. So then I realized I have permission to be healthy. I gave myself permission to be healthy through knowledge. I got knowledge of health. And then I went from may to I must be healthy for my family. I must be here for my children. I must be here for my wife. I must be here for the church. I must be here for my friends. I must be here for my family. I must be healthy. So now I've taken it from a permission standpoint to an absolute duty. It is my duty to be healthy. It is my duty. It is my duty to my children. It's my duty to my wife. It's my duty to my family and my friends that I must be healthy. This is how you lock in change. So it wasn't just, okay, let me go exercise and eat healthy for 3 months. So I ended up losing 30 pounds in 3 months. I lost 30 pounds. I didn't run 1 mile. That was all just eating. That was all eating. And then after I got real skinny, people thought I was sick just because I was eating right. I did look like I had a little something. I had a little something on me. I got real skinny. Then I started working out. I started exercising. And you know what? That's almost 7 years ago. And I made up in my mind, my children will never see their daddy unhealthy. Right? You're able. That's all you have to know. Take it from a permission place to a must place, to a duty. You are compelled. It is a necessity to lock in change. So I learned and I said, you know what? And you know what? It makes it easy now. Now it's a lifestyle. Being healthy is a lifestyle now. I don't have to let change be elusive. Change cannot be elusive to us. Lock change in. Lock it in through these 3 keys. Through these 3 keys. Again, the 3 keys: from can to will, from could to should, and from may to must. From may to must. You can do it. Choose you. Choose you to lock in change. And it's bigger than you, right? It's for your people. It's for your family. It's for your friends. It's for the world. You're a world changer. And so I hope this encourages you today. Lock in your change. Choose you to do so. Got to go. Love you guys. God bless.